Over the past decade, the gig economy has exploded. Platforms like Uber, DoorDash, and Fiverr promise flexibility, independence, and the chance to be your own boss. But behind the scenes, there's a darker reality. One where companies profit while freelancers and contractors bear the costs. Today, we're diving into the hidden truths of the gig economy and how these companies exploit their workers. Let's start with the promise of flexibility. It sounds great. Work whenever you want, as much or as little as you need. But the reality is that many gig workers are at the mercy of algorithms that decide when they get jobs and how much they earn. On platforms like Uber and DoorDash, peak hours and demand patterns push workers to work at inconvenient times just to make a decent income. Flexibility in many cases isn't as free as it seems. Another issue? Wages. Gig economy platforms often advertise high earning potential, but the reality is much different. After factoring in expenses like gas, vehicle maintenance, insurance, and platform fees, many gig workers barely break even. Some even end up earning below minimum wage. Companies can get away with this because, as contractors, gig workers don't have the same wage protections as traditional employees. They're left to absorb the costs of doing business, while the platform takes a cut of every transaction. And then there's the lack of benefits. Gig workers don't receive health insurance, paid leave, or retirement benefits from these companies. This might work for people who take on gig work as a side hustle, but for those who rely on it as their primary source of income, it creates a huge risk. If they get sick, injured, or need time off, there's no safety net. They're on their own. Another tactic these platforms use is something called gamification. Platforms often use incentives, badges, and rewards to encourage workers to work longer and take more jobs, turning work into something that feels like a game. But this game isn't for fun. It's designed to make workers think they're progressing or winning, when really, they're just working harder and longer without any guaranteed rewards. The goal is to keep them on the platform and discourage them from logging off. Cancellation and rating policies are also a major source of stress for gig workers. On platforms like Uber and Instacart, customer ratings and completion rates directly impact a worker's ability to get future jobs. A single bad review or canceled gig can reduce their standing on the platform, affecting how much work they receive, or if they can work at all. This forces many gig workers to go above and beyond, even in unfair situations, just to protect their ratings. So what's the takeaway? For companies, the gig economy is a highly profitable model. They get the benefits of having a large, on-demand workforce without the responsibilities that come with hiring employees. But for the workers, the reality is far from the freedom and flexibility that's advertised. Instead, many are left in a cycle of low pay, no benefits, and unpredictable work. As consumers, it's important to understand what's happening behind the scenes. While gig economy platforms make our lives more convenient, they come at a real cost to the people who provide these services. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with others. Let's stay informed about the true cost of the gig economy.